His star shines above us to lead toward the Savior, a baby born in Bethlehem, our Emmanuel, the Son in a manger shall heal the blind and broken. His love shall warm the coldest soul as the snow is melted by the dawn. 'Neath the stars, choirs of angels raise their heavenly voices. Glory to God and peace upon the earth for all who believe Him shall gain life everlasting. His kingdom endures eternal. Christ forever will reign. 'Neath the stars, choirs of angels raise their heavenly voices. Glory to God and peace upon the earth. Glory to God. Glory to God and peace upon the earth and peace upon the earth. Glory to God. Glory to God and peace upon the earth and peace upon the earth.
Hi and welcome. I'm Steve McPherson and you are here on the New Song Cafe at worshiptogether.com. You've just watched Peace Upon the Earth from the new Hillsong Worship Christmas album, The Peace Project. Right now I have Marty and Autumn from the team. Welcome guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Thanks for being with us. Marty, tell us about this song. This is such a unique piece. You've taken a well-known melody by Chopin and put your lyric onto it and created what I think is a beautiful piece of music. Just tell us about how that came about.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. When we were doing the project and writing for it, we were like thinking about just all kinds of songs, and I obviously went to the well-known Christmas carols and I was like, who actually wrote them? I was like, maybe Charles Wesley, maybe, you know. And so I actually read about Hark the Herald Angels, and I read that Charles Wesley took a Mendelssohn, who was a famous composer back then as well, one of his compositions, and wrote the lyrics on top of the music, and I was like, oh, that's amazing. I wonder if I could do the same thing.
Yeah,
and
right.
like, it was actually like I don't know. It's just one of those moments where when you write songs, sometimes you try something different. Sometimes you're like not sure if it's going to work or not. And I was like, I don't even know if this is going to be good. But yeah, I was literally sitting in my car. I was about to get some breakfast down the road from my house. I was sitting in my car, and then I started listening on YouTube to the Nocturne. It's Nocturne number 9. I can't remember what key it's in, but Frédéric Chopin.
E flat.
E flat.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And and I was just so moved, and I was like, I feel like this could be like the piece of music that I could write lyric to, and it would be, I guess, it would go hark back in a funny way, hark back to those Christmas carols that we all love, and just contribute and write something that sits alongside those. So if it's in a Christmas service, you could kind of go from that song to this song, Peace Upon the Earth, and it feel like it's in the same vein.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah. Was it with a lyric and this melody, which is a beautiful and emotive melody? Was the lyric? Did you build the lyric on that melody being what it is, or were they two separate things that you just kind of molded together?
Yeah, I think what happened was I started with the verses, and then so I was writing the lyric around the verses, and I was trying to come up with a chorus that actually was steering away from Chopin, and it just nothing glued together, because obviously it's such an iconic piece of music, and his style of writing and that, it's just so different to the music of today. So I was trying to put a more modern chorus to it, and just wasn't fitting in my mind. So I was like, let me just go through and actually keep the verses the way they are, and see if, as the composition progresses the way he had originally written it, if there's room for like a chorus or a refrain, you know? And then the melody changes, and I'm like, maybe I could write something. And I think the lyric was, obviously it's a Christmas song, so I was like, I just want to focus as much as I can on like the story of Christ and how it would feel to be, in that story as a person, imagining being in that experience, So
What for people watching this video who are preparing for Christmas services coming up anytime now, how do you think this song could be worked into the mix? Because it's quite a moment song. What do you think could be things that they could think through about using this?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like as a special moment or something. Like I guess however they would feel like they could approach it. Like for me, even singing it when we were singing it just now, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sing it, because there's so much range in it. There's quite a lot of things going on. Then I sat down again to do it, and I was like, actually, it feels familiar. So yeah, hopefully that it could coexist like alongside other Christmas carols in a church service. But that said, it also has like a bit of a, I could imagine somebody getting up and giving an amazing vocal performance on that song. So it's like however people would feel comfortable approaching it.
Yeah, it is a song you could interpret really as a singer and put your own flavour onto it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me ask you, Autumn, as one of our key music directors, what do you think musically people need to think through when they approach this song?
Well, unless you have a very, very, very classically trained pianist, they might need to adapt a few things.
Right.
So on the album, you'll hear some great trills and things like that, which are unbelievable. But what we did today was just a little bit more of a stereotypical kind of church approach. So we just simplified some of the passing chords. I think it's actually the chords that are on the chart that's up online. We simplified the riff. Tenny played it on a Glock, just took out some of the trills, just made it a bit more accessible for people. So I think that would be some of my approach. We kept that kind of plodding piano just so it feels like it drives it.
Do you want to just show us some of that and just show us where you've kind of simplified things a little bit?
Yeah. That's the verse.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you look it up online, there's a lot of passing chords and fancy things, but that would be something that I think most church musicians might need to practice, but get their head around a little bit. But something that I guess serves the service a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's really simple, so it really heroes the melody in that moment.
Definitely
so it's
does.
Really, really appropriate.
It kind of just stays out of the way. I don't play any of the melody. I'll leave that to Martz and the singers.
Yeah, I think the idea was to be as true to Chopin as I could possibly be, because I feel like it's almost sacred territory for music. Like it's such beautiful composition. And, you know, so there's like this balance between how do we make it accessible and how do we kind of keep it the way it was written. And I think we're trying to do that a little. So it's a fun journey.
No, I think it's great. I think you've done an amazing job with it. It's really
Same.
beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of music. So
Thanks, man.
well done. Thanks for being with us today, guys. It's great.
Thanks for having us.
Glory to God and peace.